Hello everyone, welcome to the signal system class. In today's class, we will discuss how we can draw directly the signal flow graph for a given block diagram. Let us consider the block diagram which is shown in the figure. We want to draw directly the signal flow graph of the given block diagram. We know that whenever we want to draw the signal flow graph of a given block diagram, then we have to mark all the variables by the symbol X, and the gains are represented by arrow-headed line segments. So first of all, we will mark all the variables by the symbol x1, x2, x3 and so on. So as you can see in this figure, we have marked the variables by the symbol x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, x8, x9, x10, x11 and x12. After marking all the variables, we find that there are total of 12 variables. So the signal flow graph will consist of 12 nodes as shown in the figure. Here we have drawn 12 nodes. And we have given the name of each node as x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, x8, x9, x10 and x11. After naming all the nodes, we have to represent the gain in this signal flow graph. Now we find in this given block diagram that the block G4 is connected between this x8 and x11. Similarly, we find that this block H1 is connected between x9 and x4. So we will draw arrow-headed line segment from x8 to x11 and we will connect an gain G1 in this line. Similarly, we can draw all the gains by arrow-headed line segments. After completing the signal flow graph, we can find out the overall gain using the Mason's gain formula. Now, in the given signal flow graph, we find that there are two forward paths in this signal flow graph. So the numerator will consist of only two terms, P1 delta 1 plus P2 delta 2. We can find the gain of the first forward path and the gain of the second forward path. We find in this given signal flow graph that this is a forward path. So we will find the gain of this forward path. We find that the gain of this forward path is 1 into 1 into G1 into 1 into G2 into G3 into 1. That is, the value of P1 will be equal to G1, G2, G3. Similarly, we find that there is again one forward path from this way, and the value of this forward path will be 1 into 1 into G1 into 1 into G4 into 1. So the value of P2 will be equal to G1, G4, and the value of P1, that is first forward path, will be G1, G2, G3, and the value of P2 will be G1, G4. Now in this signal flow graph, we find that there are total 5 loops in this signal flow graph. We find that this is a loop. Again, we find that this is also a loop. Similarly, this is a loop. So we find that there are total of 5 loops in this signal flow graph. We will find the loop gains of all the loops, which will come out to be summation L1 will be equal to minus G1 G2 H1 minus G2 G3 minus G1 G4 minus G2 G3 H2 minus G4 H2. And we also find that since the first forward path touches all the loops, so the value of delta 1 will be equal to 1. Similarly, the second forward path also touches all the loops, so the value of delta 2 will also be equal to 1. Now, after that we have found out the value of P1, delta 1, P2, delta 2 and summation L1. We can substitute all these values in the given formula and we will get the overall gain by this expression. In this way, we can draw a signal flow graph directly if a block diagram is given to us.